What's up, guys? Wildcard Nick here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some exciting news for me and for you guys. Behind me got my 67 Barracuda, notchback Barracuda. It's got it set up as a gasser. It's straight axled. I got Hampton mags on the front, some drag radials with steelies in the back. Right now it's running a 360 in it. Nothing special. It's got a 727 behind that. I never got that motor fired up. I always kind of had bigger, better plans for it, but never got to it. But let me tell you, today, everything just lined up for me. Let me show you. You see, my goal with this car is I want to get it into the 10s, run a 10-second quarter mile. And this little 360 just isn't going to do it. I just didn't have the money to put the right motor in here. You know, I always wanted to put like maybe a 440 in here or a Hemi, but I don't have the pocketbook for a checkbook for a Hemi. So it just hasn't happened, right? So I thought, you know what, I'll just get the 360 running and, go cruise around town, do some burnouts, maybe a couple track days, have some fun with it. But today, everything just came together. And I'm going to fair warn all you MOPAR guys right now, you're probably going to be upset. Now, I know what most of you are probably thinking, oh, he's going to put an LS in it. Nope, that's not it. So we're going to keep it old school muscle. Oh, that door's stuck locked, but part of my plan with this, and don't worry, we'll get to the motor here in a second. I'm going to get this thing fully gutted, build a roll cage, bucket seats. Might put the bench still in the back or put 2 bucket seats back there because I want to bring my kids with me when we're cruising around town. Need to eventually get a new set of tires because these ones are a little old. I always planned a 4-speed manual for this car. Thought it'd be really cool. But for now, we're going to stick with the automatic that's behind the motor I got. Get this thing wet sanded, polished. It's still wearing its original paint. Not sure what this color is called. Any of you MOPAR junkies, let me know if you know what this color is called. It's like a deep blue. If you guys follow along with any of my other cars, you know I love original paint stuff. It's like, I don't know, just the best. You know, I love little dents and just little chips in the paint. These things just tell their own story. You know, you see so many fresh painted cars, and I feel like you're just erasing history when you're doing that. So. And I got nothing against painted cars, you know, like my 40 Ford, it's, my wife's grandfather built that, but it's got nice paint on it. Nothing against nice paint. But let's get to the fun stuff. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I'll show you a little bit. There's a little bit. It's getting sexier. And there she is. What you're looking at here is a Ross Racing Olds 371, forged internals. It's got a Hampton 671 blower on it with an old school B&M hydro stick tranny 4-speed. I am so pumped on this thing. As you guys know, the Nighthawk, my 33 coupe, that's got an Oldsmobile, pretty nasty little 303 in it. I've got pretty nasty 324 with 6-pack there. I've got another 394 there with a 6-pack. Another 394 with injection on it there. I never really thought about putting any of those motors in this car because they're pretty wild, but not wild like this thing. Like I said, I want to get this thing into the 10s, and I always thought I'd do it with, I got a Hemi right here, and I have an old GMC blower, but I just didn't have the money to build that motor, and came across a screaming deal for this thing. So I'm super amped. We're going to get this thing in there and see if we can't get it in the 10s. So the first plan of attack, I just got this thing moved over under the 2-post. And let me tell you, this thing's heavy, man. Pushing this thing over here, I got to get some weight out of this old girl to get her into the 10s. But got her in the 2-post. I'm going to get this motor and tranny pulled out and start getting that one mocked in, see what I need to do for motor mounts, transmission mounts, figure out cooling, all that stuff. Once I get that mounted, we'll get this thing actually on the lift, up in the air. It's got frame stiffeners on it that are started, or sub-rail stiffeners. Probably get, I think they call that in the MOPAR world a K-member, could be wrong. I think I'm going to ditch that, build a new cross member maybe, and get this thing cleaned up. But that's where we're going to start. Get this thing gutted, get it light, get it fast, and hopefully get it into the 10s. Let me know in the comments, do you think that motor's going to get me in the 10s, or do I need some nitrous to go with it? Let me know. So as you guys can see, there's a ton of room in here. Somebody already plasmaed out the fender wells there. Kind of rough cut. I kind of like it rough cut, actually. Kind of looks like just an old homebrew hot rod, which That's basically what it is. I got a lot of room. I think it's going to get tight around the steering there. Might have to play with that. I got a set of headers that came with that motor. Hopefully they'll work. I'm sure I'll have to do some massaging, cutting, welding, grinding, get them to work. But hopefully we can make it work with that steering, because that's pretty straightforward there. Nothing special underneath, just have a speedway axle. Then leaf springs out back, so nothing crazy. Gonna keep it pretty simple, pretty lean, pretty mean, and just have some fun with it. So the next video we'll start tearing all this crap out. And if any MOPAR guys want a 360 with a tunnel ram and a 727, let me know. Got one for sale. See you on the next video.